Hi, my name is Melanie Hinds. I'm your fastest Iraqi Dinar summary on the net. How are you? It is Monday, September 22nd. I'm here to bring you the Iraqi Dinar fastest summary on the net. Breaking news out of Iraq. And by the way, the breaking news out of Iraq that was this afternoon, that's sometimes included in this, if this is my last thing tonight, I'm going to be live again at 5:45 p.m. You can join us. We can talk about anything you want, especially if tomorrow is the last day. I'm not laughing because I'm prepared if it is. What do you? Do you think tomorrow people are going to be raptured? Do you think the evil are going to be raptured? Or do you think the good are going to be raptured? Because there's all sorts of disagreements. I saw them in my chat this morning. Watch my live stream. We talked about it all. I gave you my official position on the matter, so you can watch my live stream this morning to get that. I don't have time to go into that in a 9 to 10 minute summary. So bring you the breaking news out of Iraq because I have the best intel sources on the planet. They're military. They've gone dark, which I think is a good thing because that means this thing is done. So here are the articles that I discussed in my live stream. I'm going to give you the highlights. Geopolitical jitters in Europe and Middle East buoy oil prices. Everybody's looking at the oil prices. Dollar prices fall in Baghdad and Erbil. There's always going to be a parallel market until this thing rises and they won't be interested in the dollar in Iraq anymore. Gold prices climb in Baghdad and Erbil. That's awesome because gold prices always climb when you're a government. And you should always be holding gold and silver as part of an overall portfolio because you want to follow Ecclesiastes 11 verses 1, which is the book of wisdom, when it says, you should sow your seed, divide your seed 7 as many as 8 times because you don't know what evil's going to come. So gold and silver is also a good thing to hold. But you should also be very, very well diversified and keep some in your stock portfolio, some in your mutual funds, some in gold and silver, and then also get some in the crypto since everything's going digital, including the stable coin in Iraq is already done. It's running the system. So Iraq exports, imports, the imports dip in the second quarter of 2025. Well, yeah, they're trying to be self-sustainable like everybody should try to be, which is getting out of debt or having a tax strategy so you can get more money back in your refunds. All of that is available. See pinned comment down below. I'm your faith and financial person. I can help you with your finances, especially if we're still here after tomorrow. Next article, Iraq taps China for seawater project to sustain oil fields. They actually signed contracts because they've been in contract with China for a while. That's that whole Belt and Road Initiative. That's China's 100-year plan to build a better way to get oil, and they've turned it over to Iraq a couple of years ago. I mean, I've been studying all the detailed articles coming out of Iraq. So if you want the details and the big picture, you will definitely subscribe and tap the bell. And guys, for everybody who was on the Zoom this morning, wasn't that awesome? It was a great celebration. It was a great celebration of a new week, a new time, unity, turning point in America, I think. What do you think? Comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. And then now we're on to everybody else. And again, I'm going to be live at 5:45 if you want to have some fun with us. I'm going to have fun. I'm dressed to have fun. Doesn't it look like it? I'm having fun, right? Got to enjoy everyday life just in case. You never know how many days you're going to get. A nader from the Middle East. The election is the end of October, beginning of November. He should know. He's from Iraq. Tishwash article, signing of a tripart agreement on Kurdistan's oil exports. Article quotes, on Monday, September 22nd, a tripart agreement was signed in Erbil a short while ago between the Ministry of Natural Resources in Kurdistan, the Federal Ministry of Oil, and the oil companies regarding the resumption of oil exports from Kurdistan's fields. Oil exports from Kurdistan will resume. When? When is the oil flowing? It doesn't say, but they signed a tripart agreement. Funlu, AI report. Iraq is still in the process of technical discussions and bilateral negotiations with the World Trade Organization members to finalize accession. Iraq is not a member of the Bank of International Settlements, nor is it ready to announce its membership in the World Trade Organization. So they're listening to an AI report. What do you think about AI, by the way? Comment down below. We can discuss all these things tonight at 5:45 if you want to. Please join me. Militiaman. What we're seeing in real time is Iraq integrated into the global financial system. They have set the stage, building confidence in the international economy. That's what they're doing. That's in point today and yesterday, and much of it has been collective over the past few weeks. Now we got Frank 26, Firefly. The digital sector is very big. They are telling us this is going to be our future. They are saying if the oil deal with Kurdistan gets passed, this will lead to the oil and gas law being passed and put into action Per their constitution, the United States and the International Monetary Fund are pressuring for this to be done. Frank says, you know why? Because they want you to move that HCL. That's a hydrocarbon law where the people get a position of the oil proceeds that are being drilled on their land. As a citizen of that land, they should get proceeds, right? Just like I think we should maybe get pieces of those tariffs that they're bringing and reduce our taxes, right? With everything else that's gone up. Because they want you to move that HCL because everything else is taken care of. If the COM can just approve and pass this with the Constitution and then send it into Parliament, then we'd be in a wonderful position for a new exchange rate. Then we go into YADA. No missing pieces, no delays. All the tentacles are in place and connected to the set time for release. The digital release in Iraq is connected with the rest of the world. Oh, yes, I think it is. What do you think? Comment down below. Do you think the digital reset is connected with the rest of the world? Next person, Bruce. Whether you love him or hate him, it doesn't matter. But this is what he says. We know we don't have the front screen of the Forex lit up with the Iraqi dinar as of right now. That could change anytime now. But we do know that Iraqis have been told that they have a brand new credit, debit, because Iraq is going pretty much digital with some cash, with some lower denoms of the Iraqi dinar. I'm glad he's on the same page now. I've been talking about that since June 8th when I revealed the digital dinar is on Handle Forex on Coinbase. It still is. That is the stable coin that Iraq chose. AI is running their banking system as it's going to run the whole world. Are you prepared? Are you prepared for that? If you're not, I have freedom strategies. They're how do you stay free in increasing digital AI world? So please subscribe, please tap the bell, and you can get along with those resources. Why would you subscribe to my channel? Because I used to work for Price Waterhouse. I was on the auditing track until my parents died 3 months apart when I was 28 years old, and I shifted focus after going through grief counseling and almost losing everything, including my mind with the grief. I went out to corporate America, and they kept, as a controller, they kept offering me the chief financial officer position. I kept turning it down, which made me have to move on. And I got 3 offers for that before the age of 32. And then Jesus showed up in my Jeep and said, would you like to face the same frustration you've always felt in corporate America or follow me? So I followed him, and I've been following him every day. And so I would like to talk to you tonight at 5:45. If it's the end of the world as we know it, how do you feel? I feel fine. I'll see you guys later. See you at 5:45. I hope you like this brief summary. Please comment down below if you like this summary. Bye.